I'm now going to pass on to Steve, who's talking a little bit more about hosted desktop and desktop to service.
Okay, thank you very much. So the question is, what is a hosted desktop? Well, basically it looks like, feels like and behaves like a normal PC. It will have all your applications on there, whatever software you normally use in your firm, hosted there. You see little icons, you can click on those, go into it, work on it, store down data, documents and things like that. It's a complete desktop solution, so it has an operating system, all your software applications are loaded for you on it. Microsoft Office you could have on it, either the standard or professional version, and other add-ons such as Microsoft Exchange for your email. Can all be hosted on the hosted desktop. Some of the benefits of this type of technology that accountants tell us is that you can work from anywhere, which is really handy if this weather plays up. You can move to work from home or from wherever you can get internet access. It is totally scalable. You can add on or take off users on a day-by-day basis. So as your firm grows or contracts, you can add on or take off. It is very, very reliable. Typically, a hosted desktop provider would give you a service level agreement guaranteeing 99.9% uptime. Some firms have well in excess of that. And if you compare that to in-house servers, it's way, way more uptime that you would have. Backup is very important in a hosted desktop environment. Most providers back up all your data fairly frequently each day. Some providers also offer a full replication, and by that we mean they copy not only your data, but also your software applications, all your licenses, absolutely everything, and replicate it to another site which is physically divorced from the first site. So in the unlikely event something went wrong with the first site, you could be switched to work off servers at the second site. There are massive cost savings in technology that you don't have to buy servers, you don't have to buy backup devices, you don't have to buy operating systems, you don't have to buy antivirus software, firewalls, any of these things all go away. Similarly, you can make big savings in IT support. If you have a local company providing IT support to your firm, you can kiss them goodbye. You really don't need them. Obviously, it has got some benefits as far as the environment goes, because the servers that are used use less electricity. If you replace PCs in your office with something called a thin client, a thin client typically uses £64 per annum less electricity than a PC. So if you have a number of PCs which you replace over time, it can add up to significant savings. The servers are also very reliable. They're normally set up in clusters, so if one server went down or a part broke, you wouldn't even know about it. The software would automatically switch you to running on other servers. Hence why a desktop provider can offer such a high on uptime guarantee. These are typically some savings that can be made depending on the size of your office. These are just pound and pence savings. It does not take into account partner or manager time that is saved, which will be significant. So, you know, if you had a 20 or 25 user system with one office, typically you're going to save about £48,000 just in absolute cash over 3 years. A recent poll taken by an online survey by the Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales IT faculty found that 11% of accountancy practices actually used hosted services when this survey was taken a month or two ago. 27% are considering moving to a cloud basis, and 50% are going to do it the next time their servers come up for renewal or there's some pressure point to move. And 12% weren't interested. So the bottom line is that numerous practices are already in the cloud, and many, many more are moving this way in the near future. So how does it work in practice? What I'm going to do is just talk about a case study of a client who moved to the cloud system to host their software. This particular firm of accountants had 2 offices and about 30 staff. The challenge was that they had two different servers, they had databases in two different places. It wasn't efficient, they were copying data from one site to the next. It was a very inefficient way of working. So what they decided to do was to move over to a hosted provider, and they did this in June 2011. And what moving to a hosted desktop provider gave to them were numerous advantages. One of the first ones was they had an integrated database. All the staff in their firm were working from one secure central database, so it made massive efficiencies. Staff could work from home or from either office, and as they turned on their PC or their workstation, it was as they left it the night before, all their data there, all in one place. Firm obviously found that they didn't have to make massive capital expenditure in going onto the cloud. Small amount paid each month. They also started to invest in what's called thin clients. These are little devices that take over from a PC. They retail for about £250 and they use £64 less power per annum. And they're very easy to get up and running. Typically it takes 5 to 10 minutes to get one up and running, where if you have to institute a new PC in your office, somebody in your office is going to be messing around, loading software, loading all sorts of stuff on it. Could take 3, 4, 5 hours in time. With a thin client, you're looking 5 to 10 minutes. Another big saving that the firm found was that all of their staff were on the same version of Office. Where before, each PC had a different version of Office, caused massive hassles when a client sent you in a Sage backup or something like that. Now everybody's on the same version. And the other big saving is that the hosted provider loads all updates of their practice software. So when they get an accounts production update or a tax update, the hosted provider loads the software for them, not automatically. They ask them if they wanted to load it and then they load it. So there's no downtime by anybody in your firm having to load software. In summary, we've gone through what is cloud computing. We've spoke about adoption rates, different types of cloud computing available to you in the UK today. We've addressed some of the benefits of cloud computing and also hopefully some of the concerns that accountants have. And we've also explained how it works in practice.
What do we think the future of cloud computing is? There's an increasingly higher uptake in the next few years of cloud computing. Companies are regularly, on a weekly if not monthly basis, moving to cloud-based technologies. This is due to internet connections increasing in speed throughout the UK and achieving better speeds in rural areas, or in some cases, a speed at all. Also, there's no need for internal IT infrastructure going forward. Windows' new operating systems, Windows 2012 and Windows 8, has cloud-based technology built in. Microsoft acknowledged that people are moving towards the cloud. It's their first operating system that embraces the cloud and starts to use cloud features out of the box. Hopefully we'll see more regulations within the industry. The European Union Partnership met for the first time this week, kicking off the process of building an EU digital single market for cloud computing. This will create a common framework for cloud computing across Europe to stimulate the migration of IT to the cloud. The initial budget of this is €10 million.